Okay, well, we got a couple minutes to the hour, but I thought we can get started. So if any of you have questions, you can raise your hand like this or type it in the chat.
I have questions.
Let me see here. Okay. Yeah, you can type it in the chat too, so I could see it. Nancy's joining us. Mary. Hi, Nancy. Hi, Mary. Anthony, how are you? Hey, Mary, I can't see you. You can put your camera on. Okay, Sue, I see a hand. Sue, do you have a question?
Yes, you have me on two homeopathic remedies. Bob will read I don't know if you know which ones I'm on. I don't think you have my thing there, but I have them here. One is a spray and one is drops. But what are they for? Like, what are they supposed to do for me for my eyes?
Okay, well, they're not homeopathic remedies. Homeopathic
Oh.
remedy is a specific substance. It's usually dilute. It's usually something to act as a catalyst for your body. What you're taking are nutraceuticals. The spray is a vitamin spray. Hi, Mira.
Hello.
It's a vitamin spray. And the other one is it Ocufolin?
No.
It's, I don't know if you can read it. Let me see if I can get it in the camera.
It's an eye drop.
It's in the eyedropper. It's that one right there.
And you got to like hit it to mix
Yeah,
it.
that's the homeopathic remedy. Yeah.
Okay.
So the spray is not a homeopathic remedy, but the one that's in a dropper bottle.
Okay, now the dropper, one of them is giving me severe heartburn and very bad indigestion.
Well, you have to find out which one is giving it to you.
I think it's the one with the niacin in it. That's the spray one.
Okay, then I would definitely stop it then. You just may be too sensitive to it.
Yeah, because I'm not feeling good at all on it. I've been doing it, but the more I'm doing it, the worse I'm getting.
Well, no, if it's not making you feel good, then stop doing it.
Okay. I just wanted to make sure because it actually burns my throat and even my
I don't see any questions. If you have a question, type it in the chat. Don't email me. Do you know how to use the chat? Just click at the bottom. There's a chat. So does that answer your question, Sue?
Yes. And my other last question was, I'm doing the microcurrent. What does the microcurrent, I guess I want to know how it's helping my eyes with the current. What is it doing to the eyes, like in a physical sense?
Well, what microcurrent does, it's a very low level electrical stimulation. And the main things that it does, it reduces inflammation, it improves circulation, improves oxygenation, and helps stimulate rejuvenation. And it also is adding electrons into your body. You may have heard that you want to have an alkaline state. It's good to be alkaline, right? If you're acidic, it means you're unhealthy. Well, when electrons go into your body, it's making your body more alkaline. So all those things are benefiting you.
Yes, the eyes have been improving. And I had 2 aha moments where I actually could see clearly. It lasted for like 10 to 15 seconds, and then everything went the same way.
Well, great. Hallelujah.
That's what I say.
We want more of that.
Yes, we
That's
do.
a good sign because it's pushing your body and there may be something in your body that's resisting it. Proper hydration, good nutrition, all these things are important, but I'm happy to hear that. Hi,
You know,
Betty. And Tyra joined. Lois, hi, Lois.
Hello, doctor.
Mary, I still can't see you. Oh, I have to show you. I'm going to share a screen here, and I'm going to show you some pictures from my mission trip. You see that young lady?
mhm.
Oh, my.
That's my new girlfriend. Unfortunately, in Africa, they practice voodoo. And this young girl will never get married. She'll be shunned by the African society because her eyes are crossed. And I really felt for her. So I'm going to be coming back in April, and my job is to straighten her eyes.
Mm.
Wow.
And this is the type of people that we see in Africa. This is advanced cataracts. This gentleman here could barely see light. I mean, he was totally blind from cataracts, which you never see that in the US. Totally blind in both eyes. So we operated on both his eyes. And the day after surgery, he was able to read the bottom line of the eye chart. He was so happy. And I was happy too, because they gave this guy a new life.
Mm.
And there's me with, that's Dr. Avia next to me, and Dr. Innocent, two African doctors that were working with me. We did 160 surgeries. And there's me in surgery, and see that good looking lady that's helping me? That's my wife. That's the only time that I was able to give her orders. Normally, she gives me orders. So I was enjoying it.
Yeah, I saw a few of your pictures that were on your Facebook page.
Yeah, it was a really good trip.
Good.
Really good trip. Oh, Anthony has a question. Anthony, can you unmute yourself?
I'm unmuted. Question for you. Last couple of times with Dr. Martinelli, I registered around 55 for eye pressure.
That's
So
way too high.
Yeah, so apparently the drops aren't working. So is there any real reason to continue drops if I'm at that level?
What did Dr. Martinelli say?
He didn't say anything. He says keep taking your medicine, but at 55, it's almost like makes you have a defeatist attitude. It's like nothing seems to be working.
Well, now what's the vision like in that eye?
In the blind eye?
In the eye that's 55, is it, you have any vision?
Well, no, that's the blind eye. I have no
so
vision.
The eye that has a pressure of 55 is blind.
It's blind, and I have close to an advanced cataract in that eye too that they can't touch.
Well, if you're not seeing anything out of the eye, there's really no reason to even take the drops. I think the main reason to take the drops is to prevent the eye from developing pain, because sometimes when the eye pressure gets really high, you can get severe pain, and you don't want that.
I've had that every once in a while, but I was just wondering if SLT laser surgery might help, or it's not
probably not. Probably
Okay.
not, because the pressure's too high. The SLT is mainly a procedure when the pressure's high 20s or 30s.
So you just recommend maybe continue to take the homeopathic, and because he can't even see inside that eye, it's so swollen, he said.
Yeah, I would just continue taking the homeopathic and the microcurrent. The goal is to control it so you don't develop severe pain or problems.
Yeah, because that pain is horrible.
Yeah. Well, you're not having pain now, right?
Not right now. Every once in a while I'll get it, but when you get it, boy, you have pain.
Mm-hmm.
And would that put you at risk for eye stroke with a pressure up that high?
Well, you may have already had a stroke in your eye with pressure that high.
Geez, well, then how come I don't know that? Is
Well,
there
a stroke would not cause any pain. You're not going to have any
Okay.
pain with an eye stroke.
okay? Should Dr. Martinelli be able to pick that up if I did have one?
He probably can't pick it up because the eye's so swollen he can't look inside of it.
Okay. Now, am I at any danger if I did have one and aren't aware of
No,
it?
no.
Okay. Okay. Would that
The
prevent the vision?
main goal is to keep that eye comfortable and prevent you from having pain.
So if there were an eye stroke, would that prevent the vision from ever coming back if the homeopathic kicked in?
Well, it's unlikely that your vision will come back because you've had the pressure of 55 for so long, it probably damaged the optic nerve.
Okay, so then I guess my next question is, what's the purpose of taking the homeopathic then if the eye
Well,
may
it's
never come back?
mainly to keep the eye from becoming very painful and also
Oh.
to help preserve the vision in the other eye, the good eye. We have to work twice as hard to keep the vision healthy in your good eye. You only have one eye.
So what you're saying is the homeopathic in the bad eye will help. Okay. I
No,
see
no,
what you're saying.
we're not, the homeopathic remedy is treating you. It's treating your whole body to
Okay.
make your body stronger. The homeopathic
Okay.
remedy is not focused on that bad eye.
Okay. Okay. All right. Thank you. It's just I thought I would have a chance of getting that vision back, but I guess that.
Well, I always believe in miracles. Anything can
Well,
happen.
yes. Yeah.
But I think the first step would be we got to get the pressure down. And maybe with time, the pressure will come down.
Okay. I'm hesitant on doing any of those major surgeries.
I would advise against it because I don't think it's really going to benefit you at this time.
Okay. Thank you, doctor.
Okay, thank you. Okay, we have a question here. Somebody typed, the eye doctor said your eyes look dry. Well, the Oculomed drops are something that they're not for dry eyes. And as we get older, it's very common to get dry eyes. It's a part of, getting older, dry eyes. Now, it could be you're dehydrated. You have to drink plenty of water. I always harp about that. You also have to eat a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, which will be very helpful for your eyes. And of course, the microcurrent and all these things will help dry eyes.
I use the microcurrent. I religiously follow. I don't know. What is there any kind of drops that I could use to moisten them? I
love the ozone eye drops.
The ozone drops.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, Elaine, hi, you just joined
Hello.
us.
Sorry, I'm late. I couldn't get my computer to
That's
work.
okay. And Savita's here. All right. Anyway, I love the ozone eye drops.
Okay.
You can ask Chris about that. You have to make your own. They're wonderful.
Okay.
They help rejuvenate the eye. They make the eye more comfortable. That's my #1 treatment for dry eyes. But at the same time, make sure you're well hydrated. You're eating plenty of fruits and vegetables.
Gotcha. Okay.
And we have a question here. How does the tooth infection program work? Well, the microcurrent for a tooth infection works by reducing the inflammation in a tooth. So it may take care of some of the pain and discomfort. But if you do have an infection, it's not going to replace a dentist, to removing the cavity and treating it. So it's mainly something supplemental to help relieve the discomfort and maybe help the eye to heal, but it's not to replace, the work of a dentist.
No, I have a 20-year-old root canal, which dentists think it's okay. But I learned that there is some infection going on.
Yeah, it may be helpful to the program because root canals are notorious for developing chronic infections and inflammation.
That's where I am, and that tooth is below my bad eye. So I'm planning to take it out, but I don't think it's a good time right now, don't you think? It's very traumatic for that whole area.
Yeah, let's do the microcurrent there.
Yes,
and see how that affects the pain.
No, it doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. It doesn't hurt. Just I had the 3D X-ray, and it shows that I lost some bone, and there is cyst, and cyst is basically infection. And
Mhm.
my dentist, who is like a biological dentist, he thinks I should wait till it starts hurting, which I'm really uncomfortable. But right now, traumatizing that area, I don't think it's a good idea.
Mhm.
So what do you
Yeah.
think? In 6 months, maybe?
Well, you'd have to discuss that with your dentist.
You know, when I go, I'll find a dentist who will take it out, but just
Mhm.
trauma to that area, such a close to my bed eye. Do you think it's good to wait that?
I think that definitely it may be causing some problems with your eye.
That's what I think too. That's why I want to take
And
it out.
if you're not getting an improvement with the microcurrent and homeopathy, that could be the limiting factor. So you may want to address it.
So, like timing now or in?
Yeah, I
few-
would say now, if it's, if you're not getting better and it's a problem, why wait?
Okay, then I'll do that because my friend had exactly the same problem, and after 6 months, her eye, like under eye, is blue. It's very
Mhm.
traumatic for whole area. So I thought maybe I'll be making it worse
Mhm.
because that's a
Yeah.
surgery. That's not just like a. Okay,
Yeah.
thank you. Then I'll address it sooner than later. Thank
Okay, keep us posted.
Thank you.
Somebody has a question here about laser trabeculoplasty. And I think that laser trabeculoplasty can be very beneficial in glaucoma. It's not going to cure the glaucoma, but it may help lower the pressure and help eliminate the need for eye drops. So that's one procedure that I think should be considered. It's a safe procedure, and you can get good results with it compared to the surgical trabeculoplasty, which is a more invasive. Oh, Charlotte, hi.
Hi.
What happened to you? You were supposed to join us at noon.
I was told by Chris 11 o'clock. I went on, said there was a meeting in progress already. I went out, came back in, tried, same thing. And I
Oh,
looked
yeah,
at
that's the meeting. That's the meeting you were supposed to join.
I know. And I looked at the link, and the link is the same as this one. And they both said 2
No, she
o'clock.
gave you the wrong link. She gave you the
I
wrong
know.
link.
Yes, because both emails said 2 o'clock Eastern.
Yeah, well,
that I
we'll talk later about that. We may have to get you rescheduled.
Yes, thank you.
Okay. Hi, Ferris. How are you?
Hi, Dr. Kondrot. I'm good, thanks.
Okay. All right. So any other questions?
I do, Dr. Kondrot.
Is that Nancy?
Tyra, I don't know if you can see
Who's speaking?
Tyra.
Oh, hi, Tyra. Yeah.
I don't know.
Your background's too dark. I can't see you.
Oh, I've got the light on, so I don't know how, but anyway, sorry.
Now
I
it's a
guess,
little bit better. Raise your hand if I can see your hand. You look like a ghost.
oh, sorry. Maybe that's better. Now I forgot my questions. I got two questions. You changed my homeopathy or my microcurrent yesterday to a program to stimulate the retina, but I was hoping that also has something in it for inflammation. Is that correct? It has more than just the one program.
No, it has. Well, we give you a microcurrent program. It just isn't one frequency. It's about 30 or 40.
Oh, good.
So there are frequencies in there to reduce inflammation, to detoxify the eye, but the main frequency is to stimulate the retina to heal.
Great. And
but that's
then
important to know that it's not just one frequency that you get.
okay. And you also changed my homeopathy remedy, and I just quit taking it yesterday. I assumed if the one isn't working, there's no point in taking the next one, the
Right.
one I
There's
have, correct?
no point in taking it. If we changed it, then you stop the previous one and then you begin to take the new one.
Okay. And I also kind of worried because I ordered it already, and then I realized I'll be out of town for the holiday. If it should come and I'm not here and it freezes, will that wreck it?
No, freezing will not hurt it, but high temperatures will. If it gets above 120, that could damage the homeopathic remedy. And usually the remedies come with a temperature sensitive tape.
Oh,
So we
okay.
know.
Okay, I didn't know that. Thank you.
Oh, somebody wrote here, my cat has decided she likes to sit on my chest during the eye microcurrent treatment. And that's okay. You have a smart cat.
Yeah.
The cats feel that good energy. In fact, they say wherever a cat sleeps in your home, that's where you should sleep, because cats are really sensitive to energy, and it's probably a good place where the energy's good.
Okay. I suspect she's going to keep doing this, so I figured I better ask it now.
She may want to buy her own microcurrent machine.
Oh.
Oh, microcurrent works on animals. There are a group of doctors that use microcurrent routinely on animals, especially horses,
Oh.
for different injuries. So. Hi, Betty. You have a question?
Hi, Dr. Kondrot. Yeah, just real quick. Can you use the Aquamed drops too long? Is there something?
Not really. It's a nutritional product. And certainly when you use something for a long period of time, sometimes you can develop a sensitivity to it. It's rare. But I have patients that have used it for years and they haven't developed any problems. And I've had some patients that use it for a couple of weeks or a month and they start developing allergies and reactions to it. So you have to listen to your body.
Okay.
But generally speaking, it's safe to use it.
Okay, thanks.
I have a question.
Yes.
Yeah, I was starting to have some issues, which I think were with my homeopathic remedy. So I had talked to Chris and you advised me to stop taking it for 2 weeks, and the 2 weeks will be up on Monday. But I was having like a lot of irritability and insomnia, and a lot of those issues have gone away. So I'm not clear. Should I start back on the homeopathic on Monday?
Yeah, I would start back on the homeopathic remedy. And if those negative symptoms begin again, then we know the homeopathic remedy is not for you. And then notify Chris, and then we'll schedule you for another intake to change your remedy.
Okay, and I'm supposed to see my ophthalmologist who specializes in cataracts. And when I saw him a year ago, he told me, since I only see, I have real bad amblyopia in my left eye, and I really only use my right eye for vision. He told me, as well as my retina specialist, that I should not have the cataract done, because even though the literature supposedly doesn't support it, they both have seen too many times when you've had cataract surgery that you progress very quickly to wet macular degeneration. And I'm currently at, advanced stage dry with geographic atrophy. So I'm going to see, the cataract doctor in a week and a half again. And the hard thing is that I think the cataract is significantly contributing to, I have a really, really bad time driving in any kind of glare, whether it be sunlight, and I've stopped driving at night. So I'm just not clear if they should now recommend cataract surgery. What should I do? Should I continue with the program and see?
No, I would not undergo the cataract surgery. I think we got to do everything we can to improve your vision naturally, because you're at a high risk for the cataract surgery.
Right. Okay. All right. And then I had one other question. I don't know if I should address this to you or to Chris. I did get the extra set of leads that have the push pins that connect, so that you can use the the electric, the little pads with it. And I have to tell you, it's been amazing, because I walk around all day long moving the pads around and doing all kinds of different things. But I had a question about I think the second protocol is the brain balancing one. Can I use the pads to do the brain balancing one, or is it really recommended to use the gloves wrapped in the damp washcloths for that.
No, you could use the pads for the brain balancing.
Okay.
Theoretically, you could put one pad here and one pad here,
Oh, okay.
or one
Okay.
pad in the forehead and one on your neck.
Okay. Because I wasn't sure, because the gloves obviously cover a much larger surface area. So I didn't know how that would affect the microcurrent treatment, if it's really better when you can to use the glove because you're covering a bigger area.
No, I don't think it'll matter for the brain
Okay.
treatment.
Okay, great.
And I love the pads too. I use the pads all the time.
Yeah, I mean,
It seems to be,
it's absolutely life changing. I mean, that thing is so great.
know.
So
And for
thank
those
you.
of you that may not be using the pads, you may want to consider it. There's special leads. You can't use the same lead that connects to your glove. There's a different cable, a different lead, a pin that goes into the pad. But especially for knee problems, stress and things like that. It's I love the pads.
Yeah,
I was having a shoulder problem and I put one pad here and one pad on the back because it's really cumbersome to put the washcloth on one side and the other. So it's been a big improvement with the microcurrent using the pads.
Okay. And I have one other question about that. I noticed when I've used the pads, like I use the for the detox, and then also I have kidney inflammation, so I put them on the front and back near the kidney. One thing I've noticed though is when I put the pad on the back near the kidney, and it's happened more than once, I thought maybe I was imagining it, but I start to get a little bit of like stinging and tingling. It doesn't last long, maybe a few seconds, because I guess it's maybe changing frequency, but should I be concerned about that? I know you mentioned if we feel that, we could be dehydrated. I mean, I watch my water faithfully and all that. So do I need to be concerned about that? Or like I said, it
not
doesn't
really.
last long?
Have an occasional stinging. It could be a certain frequency pair or a higher current
Okay.
it's going through, but if it's consistent, then we got to worry. But
Okay.
occasional. And
Okay.
somebody asked, how do we order the pads? Well, you can give Chris a call. I actually made a YouTube video explaining how to use the pads.
Mhm.
So you can go to my YouTube channel, or Chris can send it to you. If you go to kondrotyoutube.com and go to playlists, and there's one list for the home program. There's all the different videos on taking your homeopathic remedy, using the pads. You should be able to find it there.
Yeah, that's where I found it. It's very helpful.
And then you order the pads directly through Inspirastar.
That's why I dropped it.
Does Chris order the pads, or does the patient
Chris-
order it directly? Did Chris order it?
Chris ordered. I tried to order the leads from Inspirastar myself, and they sent me an email right back and said that I had to do it through you. So then Chris
Oh yeah,
ordered
because
them
you have
for
to
me.
have a medical license to order equipment on Inspirastar, so you can't call up directly.
Right. And then she sent me a link. The pads I got were actually on Amazon, and they're like $7 for like 24 pads, and
Yeah,
they're
it's real
wonderful.
cheap. You have to
Yeah.
order the leads.
Yeah, but yes, the leads came from Inspirastar. Yes.
Yeah, because they're proprietary.
Mm-hmm.
But the pads are really inexpensive, and you can reuse them. You don't have to use the pads once and throw them away.
Yeah.
I usually put the pad back, and in fact,
Yeah,
I've
I
been
put them
using the
back on
same
the
pads
sticky
for a
thing.
couple of months.
Yes.
Elaine, you have a question?
Yes, you discussed the Aquamed a few minutes ago, and I was wondering if on long term, can it make your eyes water too much?
Yeah, it can. You may be developing a sensitivity to it.
So then best to either quit for a while or separate it?
Well, it depends. If the watering is really interfering and burning, but a little bit of watering, I don't think is going to be harmful for you.
Thank you.
I have a question, Dr. Kondrot.
Is that Nancy?
Yes,
Hi,
I was,
Nancy.
hi. I was wondering, does the microcurrent on the eyes have to be done at night?
No, it
Can-
doesn't have to be done at night. I prefer that it's done at night before you go to bed, simply because the eye regenerates. So my thinking is you do the microcurrent right before you go to bed. It's stimulating regeneration, and as you sleep, that regeneration can continue.
Okay. Has
But
the
you don't
micro,
have to do it at night. You can do it in the morning or the afternoon, depending
Okay.
on your schedule.
okay. And the light therapy, can you only do that during the day?
Yeah, you have to do the light therapy only during the day. The reason for that is if you do it at night when it's dark, it could interfere with your circadian rhythm.
I see.
Now,
Okay.
wintertime, it's dark in a lot of areas from, from 8 o'clock to 5 o'clock at night.
Uh-huh.
So I think it's okay to do it early in the evening. That's not going to interfere with your circadian rhythm. So,
Okay, good.
do it late in the afternoon or early evening, even though it's dark. But don't do it at 9 or 10 o'clock when normally it's always dark.
Okay. And I wanted to ask you, has the microcurrent ever hurt eyes?
It can hurt your eye if the current is too high. Early on, the device I used was a current adjust, that the patient could turn the current up high or low.
I see.
And some people felt, well, more is better. They turned the current up really high, and they did get a temporary loss of vision. But the machines that you're using are current constant machines. In other words, we set it at a very low current, and it's impossible for you to turn it up higher.
Okay. Sometimes after I've used it, my vision is darker in that eye. Is that normal?
Well, it could be because you're dehydrated. I would make sure you're properly hydrated.
Okay.
A temporary dimness, it doesn't, concern me, because it could be it's just the, stimulation that's going on into your eye is causing that effect.
Okay.
So we're looking
Okay,
at long-term improvement. I mean, if you use the microcurrent and your vision is dim for hours and the whole day, then that's a problem.
Okay. All right. Well, thank you so much.
Okay, thank you.
I have another one if nobody has a question regarding Oclumed. Yesterday, Amazon posted a letter that they got from FDA, and on the list of 7 eye drops, it was Oclumed also.
Yeah.
And should we stock up Oclumed? I'm not sure if I called their
Yeah, it may be, the FDA may be taking it off the market. I think it's an excellent product.
Oh, wow.
But
I
there's a movement underway. Big Pharma wants to get rid of all natural substances. They don't even want you to be able to buy vitamins at the store.
My understanding is that claim is an issue, not like a contamination for Oclumed, because they break it down one by one product. Can C is also on that list.
Mhm.
And my understanding is that claims, because they mention cataract and better vision. So how long I can expect to be using those so I can stock up, but they have a 1 year, the most of best buy dates.
Well, usually we like you to use it for at least 3 months. If we see that there's a positive benefit after 3 months, we want you to continue to use it, maybe use it as long as a year. Cataracts are very slow to change. Out of all the conditions I treat, cataracts are probably the toughest.
Do you have other drops that we can rely on, or should I stock up?
No, Oclumed is probably the best out there on the market. There is a proprietary mixture of DMSO, ascorbic acid, and glutathione. We were recommending that for patients, but it's quite expensive because it has to be made by a compounding pharmacy. It only lasts for a period of days, so we may go back to that. But right now, Aquamed is the best product, but hopefully maybe something else may come available on the market.
Ozone drops, they won't help to put ozone drops before machine. That
No,
won't.
ozone drops are not going to help with your cataract.
Okay, okay. And
Ozone drops will help with dry eyes, inflammation, that type of thing.
Yes, I'm working with Chris because I have a Simplio 3 machine and the lowest setting is 8 and you recommend 3 to 5 for strength. And I don't know how to make with lowest setting of 8 once for moisturizing. Chris promised me that she will find that somewhere.
Well, if you just want to use the lowest setting, but you may only want to ozonate it instead of 5 minutes, maybe only ozonate it for a couple of minutes.
Okay, I'll try that. I know that setting 3 on 3 minutes gets rid of pink eye, but I need something like a milder for everyday use. Okay, thank you. Like if anybody else has a question, I'm
okay. Thank you.
Thank you.
Any other questions? Barbara, hi.
I wanted to ask if we can use reverse osmosis water instead of distilled water because of the plastic bottle.
Yeah, reverse osmosis is very similar to distilled water. Reverse osmosis takes out just about everything, like distilled water.
Yeah.
So that would be all right.
Okay. Yeah, that's.
I'm using more distilled water now. We used to have a reverse osmosis machine, but I do a lot of traveling and I take my little distiller with me and I kind of like it. Plug it in at night and in the morning I get up, I got a half a gallon of distilled water and put that in the fridge and run it again. It seems like it's running 24/7.
What concerns me about I buy the distilled water in the plastic bottles and it sits there forever in the plastic.
Yeah,
bottles.
you got to avoid the plastic. You got to get a glass bottle or something.
Yeah, yeah. Well, do they have distilled water in glass bottles?
Well, you can just buy a glass bottle at convenience store.
If you make your own distilled water, yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah.
And keep, a glass pitcher and keep it in the refrigerator. In fact, the distiller itself has a nice glass Pyrex container.
Well, I've forgotten. It's been so many years ago that I distilled my own water.
Would you have
Elaine,
to
Elaine, I see her.
Yeah, would you have to add minerals to that because it's distilled when you use distilled water?
That depends. If you have a good varied diet and you're eating a lot of fresh fruits and vegetables, it may not be necessary to add minerals. But it's not going to hurt to put a pinch of Himalayan sea salt per quart of water, just to make sure you get your mineral replacement.
So it's
For
not
those
good.
of you that are undergoing chelation, some form of chelation, you should probably be taking a mineral supplement, a multi-mineral supplement.
So if you buy distilled water from a store, it comes in a plastic bottle, and if that's all you can use, that's a problem, right?
That's a problem because the plastic leaches into the water, and especially if it's stored at high temperatures, it's a big issue. You think you're doing something healthy, but you may be causing more problems with your body.
It took me a long time to figure that out, that it was working, because I was buying distilled water and then adding trace minerals to it. But I was getting all the plastic.
That's why I think you need to get reverse osmosis or a simple distiller to make the water to eliminate the plastic.
Got the reverse osmosis, and I still add trace minerals.
Yeah, that's a good idea. Put a little
not for the homeopathic.
Mm-hmm.
Not when I'm doing the homeopathic, but drinking water, yes.
Isn't the distiller plastic also?
What was that question?
Distillers plastic?
Oh, no, they're usually metal.
Usually metal. All right, thank you.
At least the one I have is metal. Now the spot that comes out is plastic, but the water isn't stored there. It just drips through it. Tyra, I see you now. You have light in your room.
Oh, okay. How do you feel about the water delivery that's delivered in the hard plastic bottles that's BPA free?
Well, it's probably safer than the other ones, but still, I'm concerned. I don't like anything in plastic.
I know.
Yeah.
I have another question.
Yes.
I got the results of my urine test a couple weeks ago, and my lead is off the chart. And then I have high mercury and thallium of all things. Number one, I can't find IV chelation anywhere near my home, and I don't think I can afford it. The other question I have is, like, Chris mentioned that, there are suppositories and or oral supplements that you can use. But how critical is it that I address that? Because, it's like I'm doing so much with the eye program and I have some other health issues, and I'm not sure at this point in time I can take on another thing. On the other hand, if you think that, that's a pretty high priority, then
Yeah, if your
I
lead,
would do it.
if your lead's off the chart, that should be a high priority
Okay.
because that
Okay.
high, elevated lead may be preventing your body from healing.
Okay. All right.
And
And
you
then,
really want to keep it simple. Number one, you want to make sure you drink plenty of water.
yes.
And then you just may want to start with the oral chelation.
Okay.
And
Okay.
the rectal, I recommend you do the rectal, not every day, maybe every
Right.
other day.
Right.
And that's what I do. I have elevated lead. I'm taking the oral every day. And then I do a suppository a couple times a week.
Okay. And then can I expect, I mean, I'm super sensitive to a lot of things. I've had multiple chemical sensitivities for years and years. And so when I first start on, the oral or the rectal chelation, should I expect that I'm going to have some bad days where I feel pretty crummy? Or is it
No,
pretty
I think most
gentle?
people can tolerate it very well,
Okay.
but you want to listen to your body.
Okay.
For like the oral capsule, you may, instead of doing 3 a day, you may just want to start off with 1, see
Okay.
how you react, and then,
Okay.
do a suppository, see what happens, and gradually work your way up to the recommended maintenance.
Okay. So even if I wouldn't like start off with, the full dose, I would still be getting some benefit just starting
Right.
at lower.
Yeah.
Okay, good. All right. Thank you.
But remember too that eating a good, healthy, organic diet can
Yes.
help chelation. Cilantro.
Yes. I've been buying cilantro at the farmer's market near me and putting it in a glass of water and keeping it in the fridge. So I eat it every day and put it in almost everything.
Well,
So
cilantro grows like a weed. You can put
yes.
the cilantro on your windowsill in the summertime, and have cilantro with every meal. Put it in your salad, your soup.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
Yeah, cilantro's wonderful.
Okay. Thank
But
you.
it's not a substitute for the EDTA.
Yes, exactly. Right.
It
Okay.
can
And I
be,
don't,
it's a good supplement, but really it's tough to get rid of that lead. And
yeah,
you need, but remember too, the EDTA is not only removing the lead, it's helping to improve your blood flow.
okay.
Studies have shown that the EDTA improves the blood flow to the little capillaries in your body. So
Okay.
we want an improvement of blood flow to your eye, so your eye helps, will regenerate.
Yes. Okay. Okay. Good. Thank you.
Okay, Tyra, another question.
Yeah, another one on the water. How do you feel about the little ozone machines to sterilize your water or to clean your water?
I'm not familiar with those. What did they do? What did they look like?
I thought I had to have bought it from you a long time ago. It's just a tiny little.
Oh, that's
silver-
the ozone generator. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that actually manufactures ozone for the eye drops.
But not good
And
enough to sterilize your water.
oh no, it'll sterilize your water. Yeah.
Okay.
It'll sterilize your water. And in fact, I sometimes run ozone into my water pick. some, using the water pick with ozonated water.
Oh.
Some people drink the ozonated water. But no, it can distill. In fact, a lot of swimming pools use the ozonated system instead of chlorine.
Okay.
So it can be very, very helpful.
I have a thought.
Your lighting is kind of strange. Every time you raise your hand, your room gets real light. It's like,
That's crazy. I don't know. I have the window open behind me, but I had one thought thought I'd share. I have a friend who's a microbiologist, and she claims that eating beans is really critical to help eliminate heavy metals.
I haven't heard that. Is there a certain type of beans?
I think she just said beans in general.
I haven't heard that before. You'll have to send me, maybe she has an article or something like that.
Yeah, I don't know. I haven't talked to her for a while, but
Maybe
I'll
you're
see if I
onto
can find-
something, baked bean treatment. That'd be better than getting IV ozone.
Yeah, yeah.
Eat a can of baked beans every day.
Mhm.
Yeah. Doctor, I don't know if I can share this now or not. I remember in more than one of your videos, you mentioning that, about how it's important to avoid gluten.
Yeah.
And I do that, but I live in Northeast Ohio, and I found a bakery that's actually in the lower part of Ohio that sells organic sprouted sourdough spelt bread, which I seem to be able to tolerate. And I remember you mentioning that you can't eat bread when you're here, but when you're in Europe, you can eat it.
Yeah, it's true, because I think the processing is different here in the US.
Yeah. So anyway, I didn't know if I could share the name of the bakery. If anyone would be interested, they might be able to try it. And they do ship all over, and shipping is pretty reasonable.
And it's sprouted.
Yeah,
Sourdough sprouted.
It's organic sprouted sourdough spelt bread.
It sounds tasty.
Yeah, and it's quite tasty, and it's baked in small batches. And the name, it's called Berlin Bakery, and it's in Berlin, Ohio. Berlin, like in Berlin, Germany.
Berlin, Berlin
Correct.
Bakery.
Yes.
How far is it? How far is it from Pittsburgh?
I don't know that it's very far at all, but I know that if you place a $40 order, they only charge $5 shipping.
Hey, well, do you have any in your home right now? Maybe you could put it on the screen. We could take a look at it.
Okay. Well, I have the I don't know if this is the wrapper. I don't know if you can see it or not, but I just ordered it because I make I like to make my own stuffing for Thanksgiving, and I don't eat much bread, if at all, but it just seems this time of year with the holidays coming and everything. So I'll, I just thought I would put that out there, and they're very easy to work with, very reasonable.
Yeah, well, it sounds like if you have a craving for bread and you got to have it, that's the bread to eat.
Yeah, right, exactly.
But I think it's important to eliminate those poisons, and it's the gluten, the sugar, the salt that's poisoning our body. I think, food is definitely our best medicine. If you can get a good source of healthy food.
Right. That was another thing I wanted to ask you. A while back, you mentioned that Dr. Chris Kenobi, and you were hoping to maybe do a podcast or whatever with him. And, is that in the works at all? I know
I'm trying to get a hold of him. He's a busy man. Every time I call his office, he's either in Australia or someplace.
Yeah, right. But yeah, because I have both of his books, and I actually implemented, probably 6 or 7 years ago, I had read his first book, and and I eliminated all the bad oils and everything, and I did.
But it's pretty shocking. Macular degeneration did not exist before in 1910.
Exactly, I know, and and that's what.
In fact, I call it diet related macular degeneration. It's not age related macular; it's diet related.
Exactly.
And we're really we're poisoning ourselves with all the seed oils, margarine, Crisco, the preservatives. It's horrible.
Yes. Thank you.
And it's increasing heart disease, and I think it's probably related to Alzheimer's and Parkinson's.
Yes, absolutely. Because I don't know if you've heard of Dr. Dale Bredesen. He's done a lot with Alzheimer's and the same thing, you know, with avoiding the seed oils and the sugars. And I guess they actually call Alzheimer's a lot. He calls it, as do some other doctors, it's the third form of diabetes. So
Yeah. So we really got to focus on the food we're putting into our body. That's the most important thing we can do, and keep well hydrated.
Yes.
And eat Berlin bread.
Yeah, right. Well, I hope people, I mean,
the Berlin bread eye cure.
Yeah, right. Well, I don't know about that, but you know,
I ate 3 loaves of bread a day, and my vision's 20/20.
Yeah.
What is the healthiest oil to use, Dr. Kondrot?
Actually, the healthiest thing to cook with is either butter or lard.
Okay.
You should not cook with any oil, maybe coconut oil. You should not cook with olive oil. All the seed oils, Dr. Kenobi feels, are very toxic. Corn oil, canola oil, grapeseed oil, everything. Yeah. And of course, early, I think it was in the 1920s, Procter & Gamble got a relationship with the American Heart Association, and they started to market margarine. Margarine is healthy for you, avoid butter, and actually it has caused more problems with heart disease and macular degeneration than anything.
Wow. So lard is not bad for your heart or cholesterol?
No, it's funny. Lard is good.
I know you.
I would never think of saying it. But you look at Dr. Kenobi's work, and it's pretty shocking. It's striking.
Yes. Yes.
The butter, and you're cooking with butter and lard. The seed oils are a real problem. It was the cause, because before 1920, everybody cooked with butter and lard.
Wow.
My grandmother used to fry toast in lard and eat it like that. She lived to 83.
Now, my grandfather, my mother would, cook bacon for breakfast, and my grandfather would take the bacon grease and either drink it or put it on his bread. Yeah, and he lived to be 98.
My grandmother used to bake pies, and the shortening, she would use lard or bacon grease, or a combination.
That's funny. Sue, you have a question? I see Sue has her hand up.
Yes. Is there a homeopathic, like in liquid, that you could take with the distilled water to help with the retina itself, to regenerate it, or at least get it the nutrients it needs?
Well, your constitutional remedy does exactly that. Homeopathy treats the person. So you have a homeopathic remedy you're taking. That remedy is to act as a stimulus in your body to help regenerate your retina.
Okay.
That's the stuff.
Oh, that's that stuff. Okay. I didn't know.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah, that's why I like homeopathy. We don't have like one particular remedy, for the retina. Homeopathy treats the person. As you become healthier, then your eye and every other part of your body will get healthier.
Oh, okay. Okay. I get it. And when you said about the butter and lard, that's all I ever really use. I'll use just butter for cooking.
Good.
I mean, I grew up that way. You used butter and lard. You never used anything else, or chicken fat, grease, or whatever. But it worked. It kept me healthy all these years.
Yeah. So if you're interested in that, there's Dr. Chris Kenobi. He wrote a couple of books, and he's lectured. He actually published a couple of articles, and his work is very convincing. Historically, it's proven. Macular degeneration did not exist before 1920. And you can't say, well, eye doctors didn't know, they couldn't see inside the eye. Well, the ophthalmoscope was invented in 1850. And from 1850 to 1920, this is before photography, they did exquisite drawings of the back of the eye, little hemorrhages. I mean, they were able to see everything. They just didn't document any macular degeneration.
Do not those
So-
drops raise your cholesterol though?
According to Dr. Kenobi, we need cholesterol. That's
Mhm.
another myth, the statins.
Yes. Yes.
You need cholesterol. Cholesterol is good for the brain and all your hormones. All these cholesterol lowering drugs are horrible. That's
High
another
cholesterol?
topic, the statins.
You had said that high cholesterol affects the eyes badly though.
Well, if it's extremely high,
So what numbers are you talking about?
well, I can't give you a number, but most people are treating the cholesterol. They want to start children on statins.
Great.
It's crazy, but they're making billions of dollars a year on these statins.
How do you spell Dr. Kenobi's name, please?
Knobe.
It's a
Kenobi.
double, actually, doctor, I'm sorry, it's a double B.
Knobbe.
Yes. And his first
Thank
name
you.
is Chris.
Kris. You can Google his name.
Okay, thank you.
Tyra?
I was going to say, I don't know if you're familiar with Dr. Brooke Goldner that wrote the book Goodbye Lupus.
No, I'm not familiar with him.
Well, she goes a step farther and she says absolutely no oil. So I cook just with water. It works just fine. If you have to have a non-stick in your pan, you could use a little in the spray, but she has
Well,
great
Dr. Kenobi's like that too. You avoid all seed oils. And essentially all the oils are seed oils, even olive oil. Avoid all cooking with olive
Right.
oil, all your
That-
oils.
Oil now is no good.
Yeah, that's what she says. And she has
Yeah.
great success
Your
with
audio goes on.
her clients for overcoming every autoimmune disease
my
there is, including uveitis. She's had success with glaucoma, many things.
Mhm. Yeah, so that's the key. Well, anyway, we're coming to a close of the hour, and I want to
Raise your hand.
thank all of you. This was recorded, a lot of great questions, and thank all of you for attending.
Thank
And
you.
you can give Chris a call if you want more information on the pads. The pads are wonderful.
Yeah.
And I guess all of you have a wonderful Thanksgiving.
Thank
You
you.
as
You
well.
Where are
Thank
you
you, Doc.
living,
Dr. Kondrot,
Yes.
are you going to send us a recording of this?
Yeah, you'll all be getting a recording. I'll
Okay.
send it to you, the same email address, you get a notification, okay?
Okay, thank you very much. I need.
Wonderful.
Okay, blessings to
you.
everybody.
Thank
Bye.
you.
Nice
Thank
Thanksgiving.
you.
Thank you, Doctor.
Thanksgiving, everyone.
you.
Blessings.